Hi, this is Rob Wagoner with Microsoft. Thanks for taking a few minutes with me to talk about Forefront for our Office products. When we think about protecting our products like Exchange and SharePoint, we need to make sure they stay productive, but also they give us that online protection or on-premise protection for our Exchange servers, as well as our on-premise protection for our SharePoint servers. As we look at what these products do, from an on-premise solution, Forefront protection for SharePoint and Forefront protection for Exchange are on-premise antivirus, anti-malware solution sets. We also have the cloud-based Forefront online protection for Exchange. As we look at Forefront online protection for Exchange, this supports the hybrid model. And if you have cloud-based messaging and on-premise based messaging, or even fully on-premise based messaging, you probably will want to take advantage of the Forefront online protection for Exchange and the Forefront protection for Exchange server on-premise. And in a few minutes, we'll talk about why we would leverage both of those in that environment. But first, let me tell you about the capabilities of these solutions. We can protect our messages and your files in SharePoint from this malicious software. Our solution is 38 times faster than the typical competitor, and we use a multi-engine approach. Multi-engines give us the ability to automatically update one engine while still having our other engines protecting our environment. And again, we can deliver this capability on-premise or in the cloud, and provide this service level agreement when it comes to spam detection as well. So what's the multi-engine advantage? What does it do for us? This is a really good breakdown of the different pieces of malicious software that have come across the internet and how the antivirus engines have been able to detect and respond to these. The columns, how long did it take for this AV engine to respond to it? We have the Forefront engines, then the various vendors. The great part again about the Forefront engines is because we use multiple engines, as you can see, we've had very few delays in getting AV updates. I spoke earlier about the hybrid messaging protection. How does this help you even in an on-premise solution set? From an online perspective, what we do is set your MX record to point to the online protection for Exchange in the cloud solution, and we do that initial messaging hygiene in all inbound emails. We'll then have on-premise Forefront running on your Exchange server as well to protect any messaging that flows through your organization. Again, the online protection will give us that inbound protection. The on-premise protection will give us that protection from mail flowing throughout your organization. And as we look at how do we set this protection, we can set our protection to max certainty, which means all of our AV engines will scan a mail item or a SharePoint item before it's made available to others. Or we can change our performance to the performance or neutral feature and maybe only require 2 engines to scan that mail item. So the great part is the way we decide on engines is the 2 engines that have been updated most recently are those that are active. Let's say we go to update one engine during the day. If that engine goes offline for an update, we just bring in one of the other engines to replace it while that engine's being updated. Or if an engine were to fail, again, we just bring in another engine to replace it. So we can always guarantee 2 or maybe 4 engines are scanning every one of your mail items. Now keep in mind that scanning with 4 engines will be a performance hit, but the way we're able to scan in memory, we outperform most of the other AV engines anyway. So when you run with 2 engines, you're not going to see a performance degradation. When you run with 4, we're talking seconds at most. As we look at how have we simplified and unified this management, it's one thing to have the tools available, but management is key, and we need to be able to give you a clean interface so you can see what's going on in your environment, how to manage it, where's the good news, and where are the things I need to focus on. So again, I just wanted to provide a quick overview of Forefront for the Office products. Thank you for your time, and I hope to speak to you again soon.